Black Hawk Down was directed by Ridley Scott and is one of the most highly acclaimed war films of all time. Based on true events, Black Hawk Down follows a group of 160 elite US soldiers who drop down into Somalia, fighting off an armed Somali militia while searching for a dangerous warlord. It has been nearly a month since my last movie review. Recently, I've been focusing on bigger videos that were all well over 10 minutes long. But now it's time for me to get back into the groove of movie reviews, and I'm super excited to do that again because I just love reviewing movies, especially movies I have not seen before, classic ones that came out before 2010. And the next one on my list is Black Hawk Down. This film has a little backstory behind it. It came out in December 2001 after 9/11, and many people would argue that Black Hawk Down did somewhat inspire many Americans to force the United States to declare war after the events of 9/11. But the main thing about this movie is that it's not pro-war, nor is it against war. It's right there in the middle, and Ridley Scott does such a good job at directing Black Hawk Down. This came right off the heels of Gladiator. The only movie he directed in between the two was Hannibal, and this movie proved that Ridley Scott is one of the most diverse directors in all of Hollywood. He has such great range. He can direct pretty much any movie you give him. Obviously, his best genre is action films. And in Black Hawk Down, he goes all out in terms of action. This has to be one of Ridley Scott's best movies to date. Immediately, what caught my attention while watching Black Hawk Down for the first time the other night is the film's build-up. You get a great idea of what these guys are going up against, and you see the threat right away. These dudes, the militia in Somalia, are not good guys. These are very dangerous men. So you know right away that these US soldiers are not going to have an easy task while dropping into Somalia. This is going to be very difficult. A lot of these guys are probably going to die. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be a long night, really rough. I love the build-up in this movie. And entangled into that build-up are some of the greatest shots I've ever seen in cinema. We get these incredible shots overlooking helicopters dropping into Somalia. This movie's cinematography is gorgeous. It's grim, but at the same time, you know exactly what they're aiming for. It's not a happy film. This is very gritty. It's intense. It's adrenaline pumping. It's everything I could ever ask for out of a modern warfare film. And not only is the build-up excellent, after the first 30 or so minutes, the last hour and a half to 2 hours of Black Hawk Down is riveting. It's adrenaline pumping. This movie is nonstop. You get so much action. You get a lot of blood and gore. This movie is a bloodfest. They do not hold back whatsoever when it comes to violence. You knew things weren't going to go exactly how they originally planned just from watching the build-up alone in Black Hawk Down. But man, oh man, do things get really bad for these US soldiers. I just cannot watch some of these scenes without tearing up. And I will get into one of my only problems with Black Hawk Down near the end of this review, but there are some scenes where I do grow very close to these soldiers and feel something for them. I do get an emotional attachment while watching Black Hawk Down to these soldiers from time to time. And I also felt a strong connection to many of the soldiers in Black Hawk Down that is due to Ridley Scott's directing as well. Speaking more in depth about the soldiers in Black Hawk Down, there isn't really a main character in this movie, which is weird because when you have a war movie, you always have one main character. In Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks is the main character. In The Hurt Locker, it's Jeremy Renner, and so on and so forth. Every single war movie you watch has at least one main character. And sure, there are some guys you could argue that they are the main character, most notably Josh Hartnett. He could be argued as the main character in Black Hawk Down, but we also have so many other big actors in this film, and a lot of them aren't in the movie that much. For instance, Jason Isaacs, Ewan McGregor, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, Nikolai Coster-Waldau is in this movie. Tom Hardy is in Black Hawk Down. There's a lot of A-list actors in this movie, but many of them aren't in the film too much. It's very spread out. There's a lot of soldiers in this film. There's also the guy from Saving Private Ryan who plays one of the main characters in that movie. He's also in this film as well. But I like how there's no real main character in Black Hawk Down. It's so different. Usually we get a main character who somehow survives every single obstacle possible in the war film. They just never seem to die, no matter how many times people are shooting at them. They don't die. That does not happen in Black Hawk Down, though. These guys struggle throughout this film. And with that comes no superhero-like moments in Black Hawk Down. This is a more grounded, realistic war film, unlike anything else we usually get in Hollywood nowadays. Black Hawk Down takes a more realistic approach than what we see most of the time on the big screen. So I really appreciate that. It makes this movie feel a lot less Hollywoodized and corny and more so relatable. I feel like if I was a Marine going into a battle like this, it would be pretty similar to what we see in Black Hawk Down. Plus, there's so many great themes to take away in Black Hawk Down. One of my many favorites in the film is how no soldier shall be left behind. We even see a huge emphasis on the importance of every soldier's life. If one of them dies, the movie makes a big deal about it. Themes like bravery, toughness, and how America can't fix everything in a broken country are very prominent in Black Hawk Down too. Oh, the score in Black Hawk Down is worth talking about as well. I have no idea why the score in this film is not talked about more. I feel like it deserved to get nominated at least for Best Score at the 2002 Oscars, but unfortunately it was not. Thankfully, though, Ridley Scott was nominated for Best Director at that year's Oscars. Wholeheartedly speaking, this has to be one of the best modern warfare movies ever made, if not the best. In terms of greatest war films of all time, it has to be up there. Definitely one of the best war films to come out in the last couple decades. The only real problem I have with Black Hawk Down is how this movie doesn't necessarily have any character development. It's very light in terms of building its characters. We don't know practically anything about our main characters in Black Hawk Down. What the heck is Josh Hartnett's character? He's just a soldier as well as everybody else in the film. So I wish they did develop our characters a little bit more, but at the same time, this movie is already 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's a long movie, so I don't feel like it was a necessity to develop every single character. We don't really need that. We just need to get into the battlefield and go from there. I loved watching this war movie. I can't wait to watch it again very soon. I'm giving Black Hawk Down a 95%. Alright, for those of you who also happen to watch Black Hawk Down in the past, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. Is it your favorite war movie? Do you think it's one of the best? Do you not like it? Do you think it's pro-war? Is it against war? Let me know down below. Guys, I cannot wait to come out with more movie reviews very soon. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.